was a clear growl that I just caught over the recorder.
Sean told us he had some drywall thrown at him in here. Some pieces of drywall. Can you throw something at us?
Thank you for that confirmation.
I just heard what sounded like a REM pod go off downstairs. I swear.
Whoa, what was that? Do you hear that? Chills, dude. Someone's walking upstairs.
Tonight, we're going to spend the night in a real haunted attraction. A haunted attraction that was voted the best in Ohio, Kentucky, and Indiana. The building that it sits in was built in the 19th century and is plagued with dark history and death. The owner and many employees have had what they believe to be experiences with the paranormal. And we're here tonight to see if we can communicate with the spirits and energies of the Wells Township Haunted House. All right, so Sean, thank you for having us here to investigate the Wells Township Haunted House. Of course, this is a very well put together haunted attraction. You've got a lot of awards under your belt for this haunted house, and we're really excited to be here. But the thing that we really want to know is, what was this before? What is the history that makes this building haunted?
We had heard that we heard that there was something to do with the dead bodies of soldiers that were stored here, but we couldn't substantiate that. So we didn't advertise that. A lot of places, it's in everybody's best interest to say, yeah, our place is really haunted. We knew there were some stories here, but we couldn't substantiate that, so we didn't advertise it. So the building, the circa out front says 1884, and there's no wars, so we was just like, that's not true then. Well, the person we bought the building from got a hold of us and says, that 1884 is not legit. That's when the addition was built. The original building was in 1836, and then if you get up in the rafters, we've been up in there running wires and air lines and things of that nature, you can see the old cedar shingle roof that's in here. It's really, really, wow, this thing's 1836, which starts to make some sense Civil War-wise. So we had one of our former staff members did a whole lot of research and was able to determine that barges from the south would bring up the bodies of Civil War soldiers and offload them into the building, when barges from the north would come, or boats, or whatever they were, would come from the north and load them and take them to their families in Boston, New York, etc., through the Ohio River access. That could have been 10 soldiers, could have been 100 soldiers, could have been 1,000, I have no idea, but still pretty creepy when you think about it. And then Brilliant, the town of Brilliant had their bicentennial celebration a few years back, and they had a book that was put out, and it talked about the history of Brilliant and the shopkeepers and the mayors and things like that. But one of the things that was in there was a gentleman by the name of W.H. Steen, S-T-E-E-N, and he was found inebriated, is what the book said. He'd been at the local saloons and got himself drunk and was trying to break into the building, and they found him with his burglary tools intact, is what the story said, and he was found dead behind the building. What they did was they took him into next door was the train station, and they hung him from his shoulders and his knees from the rafters until the Sunday train came through, and then they put him in a fruit tree box and sent him on his way on the train. So that's some of the history of the building, and legitimate that we were able to confirm.
There is, and that's a lot of history, including death, and that's, that right there are a lot of buildings that are haunted that have not seen death,
Yeah.
And this building, being that it has seen as much death or as much dead bodies as you had said, it'd be no doubt that this place would have some energy and activity. So
Yeah, it certainly does.
what we'll do is you can walk us through the building and you can show us how to get through the building, the basic tour route for the haunted attraction. That way we know where we're going, and you can tell us some of the things you've experienced and other people have experienced. So
We'll do, absolutely.
all right, let's walk through.
All right.
I absolutely believe that there are multiple spirits here. We've had everything from things getting thrown and being able to hear it, sitting downstairs, always you can hear footsteps up here every time. We were actually here in October of 2013 for a overnight lock-in with another paranormal team. They split us up into groups. So Alyssa and I had went to what was at the time the morgue room. Of course, I thought it was a great idea to lay on the table and dangle my hair. And there's believed to be a young spirit here by the name of, we believe, Katerina. So I said, you know, my hair's long, go ahead and play with it if you want. You can touch it, you can, you know, anything you want. And almost as soon as I said that, my hair just picked up and dropped.
One of my experiences while tour guiding, I was taking a tour through the house during our open season, and I got halfway through the house and noticed there was a little girl in my group that I'd never seen before. We go through like a couple rooms and she's still there. I turn around and she's gone. So then I'm looking for a lost kid that does not exist.
So this area here is our elevator shaft. This is what we call the top of the elevator. What you're standing on now is the actual elevator. And it's attached to the floor so it can't move because we use this in our attraction and people walk over it. So for safety purposes. However, a few years back, one of our workers was here overnight by himself, just getting some things done, and the elevator was down. And so that meant the big floor was open up here. You could look straight up into the ceiling. And he says, he saw an old lady here, and he knew his mind was playing tricks on him. He's like, man, it's just so real. And he explained that, you know, what her hair looked like, what she was wearing, and I never thought anything of it. A few days later, we had a group of girls in here doing their overnight investigation, and they said that somebody said when they say the word flash, everybody's supposed to close their eyes because somebody's going to take a picture and it's going to flash, and they didn't want to lose their night vision. So somebody said flash, and the girl said she didn't close her eyes, and she's like, I saw this old lady. Oh, really? What's she look like? And dude, she describes the exact same old lady, and it was pretty creepy, right? The same hair, clothing, and everything. No way, right? So we had some people here sometime after that, and they had done for a paranormal investigation, and they had run cameras and all these things through the house. And we were all downstairs, and I was talking to the guy, and he says, I think I'm gonna go up and provoke. And I said, well, there's my chance. So I come around to the bottom of the elevator here, and I yelled up, and I used an expletive, but I yelled, hey, Gertrude, we got cameras up there, get in front of one of them. I thought, man, whatever, you know, that's it. I just went back. A few weeks later, they had reviewed their evidence, and they had an EVP, unbeknownst to me. They had a voice recorder, I assume in the next room over, because it was, you could hear me off in the distance yell, hey Gertrude, we got cameras up here, get in front. And as plain as day, an old lady voice says, stop that.
Hey Gertrude, we got cameras, show yourself.
And it was like plain as day, and it just blew me away that was an experience that I didn't know I had at the time, but it was legit. I was here when it happened. Everybody hears about this. Oh, I saw this, or I saw that, or I heard this, or heard that. But me personally, I heard that. I was standing here when it happened. I didn't hear it live, but I heard it in, when they reviewed their evidence. So cool, pretty interesting stuff, pretty neat stuff, pretty scary stuff, but man, it just makes you feel different. I mean, to actually first-hand experience was just unreal.
The most memorable experience I have with the spirit is actually in this room I'm sitting in. It was probably back in 2011 when I first started. There is a tall male figure, the spirit, we think his name is X. I was standing in the corner over here, and coming from behind over here, a big tall figure came and actually ran into me, which knocked me out the door back here. When I was younger, I worked over at another haunted house across the river. I actually, when I was 15, went to the house to investigate with the paranormal team, and they used me as a provoke to make him come out because he does not like women. The experience over there with him was I went to leave the room after they were done provoking him, calling him names. He actually marked and grabbed my shoulder and made me bleed. So I have a strong feeling that because of that, he's attached himself to me. And when I'm here or people that I know are here, he tends to act up and be mean.
This room here was one of the other rooms where they have seen a lot of stuff in this room.
Oh, this is creepy.
We have roaming adults. We call them upstairs adults. The upstairs adults take our staff food, drinks, cough drops, ibuprofen, anything they need. And they're kind of watching tours, doing some kind of security, a little bit of that. But they were standing here. One of our upstairs adults was standing here, and one of the actors. This all happened one night. The girl tells me, she's like, well, Becky was standing there, and I saw a ghost or a spirit or something lay their head on her shoulder, was looking at me. She said, it really creeped me out. I'm like, yeah, that's kind of creepy, you know? But I didn't give it much thought. And then one of our adult actors comes in. He worked the same room that night, and he's like, Sean, I got to talk to you. And he pulls me off the side. He's like, I had this really uncomfortable thing happen. He goes, there was this girl that it wasn't our people, but it was real, man. And he's like, she was crawling across the floor at me several times that night. And she kept saying the word Sarah. I kept saying Sarah, Sarah, and just kept crawling at me. He's like, it was really creeping me out. And we have a lady that is a medium that is on staff here, and she just works in the ticket booth, and she goes home. So she's not aware of any of this. And I send her a text message at 2 o'clock in the morning, 2:30 in the morning, that says, we had 3 or 4 actors say they saw a ghost tonight. And she says, cool. And I said, Sarah, with a question mark. And Kelly, that's the medium, she responds back with a text message, yeah, she crawls. And that just, you know what I mean? I don't even want to be in this room anymore. That was just so, I've not seen it, but we've had several people that have claimed to see this girl that crawls and says the name Sarah. So we only assume that her name is Sarah, or I don't know, maybe she's looking for Sarah. I have no idea, because they say, you know, well, this person died in here, but it doesn't really have to be the case. It could be someone who's attached themselves to someone who's been in here. Now, when you start thinking about that, we've had over 100,000 people go through these doors. You know what I mean? Like, that could be from anywhere, from any state, and we would have no idea.
We usually don't say her name around here. It's something that is kind of taboo, almost like saying Beetlejuice 3 times, because the more you put into it, the more energy you take thinking about that entity. We believe that, you know, it gives them power because we're acknowledging that they exist. So Sarah is the big one. She's been seen by multiple people at this house. And then of course, what we call the head honcho is X. In this room, probably about 6 years ago or so, I did get scratched we were doing a pendulum session, just asking the yes or no questions. And I did get a scratch on my back, which was the first and only time that I've ever had something like that happen. You hear a lot of people talk about being scratched and pushed and things like that. It's such an interesting place, but that was foundationally different for me. And this room has always been different for me because of that.
When we first took over the building, this was a kitchen. It had the sink and all that. So we always called it the kitchen, go up to the kitchen, do this, do that. So we were in here one night with, myself personally, we were in here with a group that was doing another paranormal investigation. And we were standing here and it was all dark, and I felt there were drywall rocks because we had done this deconstruction. I felt a drywall rock kind of get tossed at me. And I thought, obviously it was somebody in the room that did it. This is really one of the first times I ever experienced this. And it turns out nobody did that. Like, it's legit, nobody did that. And right beside that little drywall rock, is I got my flashlight there, and the other people in the room are kind of amazed that this is going on. There was a cold air return. And as soon as I shut my light off, I'm like whispering, I'm talking about this, right? And you heard that drywall rock goes down the cold air return. Nobody's standing around me. Nobody could have done that. I guess I could have done it if I'd have just kind of kicked it with my foot, but I didn't, legitimately didn't do it. And I thought, man, this is just unreal. Like, I got goosebumps thinking about it now. I said something along the lines of, show us a sign of your presence. And clear over on the other end of the building, we heard what sounded like a big metal furnace or something. Flings over, it falls, it just crashes over. We're like, what the hell is that? And then I hear coming down the hall, and it walks right up to me. And I'm holding my flashlight like it's a gun. I went, Jesus Christ! And I couldn't, it scared the hell out of me. And I mean, whatever it was, stomped their feet, and it was legit footsteps, walked right up to me. And it was coming down the hall. I mean, it just blew me away.
You know, I am a skeptic, which I think is great for this line of work. But I absolutely, with no doubt in my mind, would believe that this place is haunted. I've heard too much, I've seen too much, I've experienced too much to say that it's not. It's my home, but it's definitely haunted.
Let's do it.
All right, so Sean just finished his walkthrough with us. This is gonna be a really interesting investigation because there's a lot of history about this place that isn't really known. I mean, all of those stories of the bodies stored here and the man that died trying to break into the back.
Yeah.
Not only that, but we also have the stories that people have told with the lady upstairs and the woman crawling on the floor saying, Sarah, Sarah, Sarah. That is some very disturbing and creepy paranormal activity.
And the Civil War soldiers that were stored here as well can also add to it.
Yeah.
It's going to be an interesting night. I think we've got something in store for us tonight. Once Steve gets here a little bit later on tonight, we're going to hit this head first. Excited to see what happens. Let's go do it.
Let's do it. Let's find out what ghosts lurk in the Wells Township Haunted House.
The antenna broke off, and what they did is they took it apart and brought the copper out to the side so we can connect it with a copper wire connected to a metal source. So what it does is it extends the REM pod's capability of us getting to use like inanimate objects and stuff in hopes that the spirit might actually reach out and touch the item.
All right, so Steve has arrived here, and we are all three getting ready to investigate the Wells Township Haunted House.
It's going to be interesting. We haven't really investigated any like haunted houses before.
Yeah, it's weird because this whole building is used for the purpose of scaring people. And I think that energy feeds into it, and maybe the spirits also have that same sort of mentality to them. Either way, I'm excited to see what happens.
I was also just thinking, real quick before I forget, remember we were doing that walkthrough at Randolph County, and he mentioned about psychokinetic energy, stuff that we create.
But that's PK energy. That's psychokinetic.
Right.
That's created by you and me. You know, it's nothing demonic, but he is here.
So as you just said, you know, this place was designed to scare people. The actors their main goal is to scare people. So what if they created some of the activity here themselves just by their portrayal of their characters?
Yeah, it's like a manifestation of that thought form. So, yeah, that's kind of interesting. Either way, I think we're going to start on the second floor up there. I'm going to run on the SLS, and we're going to see what we can get. There's definitely a vibe up here.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yes. Running the SLS in this place is not as easy as it looks.
Pitch black in here, guys.
Do we have a REM pod on?
Not on.
I swear I just heard like that sound buzz. I just heard what sounded like a REM pod go off downstairs. I swear.
Whoa, what was that?
I don't know. I just heard what sounded like a REM pod go off downstairs. I swear.
Whoa, what was that?
Downstairs. I swear.
Whoa, what was that?
Is that one other REM pod turned off that
Yeah.
we're not using right now?
Mm-hmm.
That would be all the way in the snack area. The kitchen area.
If there's anyone here with us, my name's Ryan, that's Steve, that's Dave, and we're here to talk with you tonight. Sarah, Mr. X, W.H. Steen, or any of the other soldiers that may have ended up here after they found their way here after battle. Mr. X, we talked to Alyssa earlier, and she told us that you charged her in here, in this room. We're going to be walking around here tonight, and if you want to charge at us around any corners, you're more than welcome to do that.
Just eerie quiet.
It is. What was that?
I heard that. Just took it to somebody. Like
Yeah.
that. Yeah, I heard that.
That was like a breath.
It was on my left side. Real soft.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I heard.
That
It was like over this way.
Who was that?
Sarah, are you here? Was that you? Or was that the entity that the employees here call Mr. X?
I'm gonna put my hand right up here. Whoever was to the left of me, could you reach out and touch my hand right here? Right up here. Whoever was to the left of me, or could you reach out and maybe touch Ryan or Dave here? Like I just felt movement right on my right forearm.
Really?
Yeah, ever so slightly. Who's in here walking around with us? Can you just tell us your first name?
Was that you?
Wasn't me.
What'd you hear?
A knock. Was that you?
Wasn't me.
What'd you hear?
A knock. If you are knocking and talking for us, could you do it louder, please? We want to hear you. That's why we came.
It's getting a bit eerie over here.
There's multiple people who have seen a woman in this room. We're not here to force you to communicate, but we would like to see you if we can. But we would like to see you if we can.
What was that?
I don't know. It was close.
There's something right in here.
Hello?
It's like a little shift of a foot on the floor. That's what it sounded like. Like a...
Who's in here? We thought we heard you.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm looking forward to Halloween. What do you guys think about that? You guys like Halloween? You like people coming in and having a good time and scaring people? Do you like helping them scare people? Is it fun for you?
I tell you what, tonight you can practice on us.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Why don't you give us your worst? Because truth be told, we don't scare that easily.
They told us you like to communicate through that radio. Can you do it, please? Are there any Civil War soldiers in here with us? Sarah, are you here?
What's that? Yeah, I believe OS, isn't it?
I'm not sure. First voice we've heard come through.
Yeah.
What about X?
Off right now.
Strange, there's not like a single thing happening. I don't know where the hell I'm going. Are you looking for the rocks room?
Yes.
To your left.
You're right.
God, no.
You hit the door jam and threw it right on the side.
Oh, I just got body checked twice. Was that you?
What?
I thought I heard like a snap behind you.
I just moved my camera.
It was like a snapping sound.
I didn't hear it. Was that you? What? Was that you? What?
Hello? Hello? I don't know what that was either. Sean told us he had some drywall thrown at him in here. Some pieces of drywall. Can you throw something at us? Or you could run up on us like you did to him. Sean gave us permission to be here tonight. He wanted you to come out and speak with us. So let us know that you're here, please. All of the employees said that you were very present here and that you would come out and interact with us tonight. Can you please do that? Can you knock on a wall?
It's pretty easy. Just do this. Make some noise. Could you do that, please? We just want to know that you're here. That's all.
That was kind of weird.
What's that?
I thought it was just mapping this door frame right here, but it's not mapping it again. And right up behind where the REM pod is sitting on that, it looked like there was something dancing on that.
Huh.
And then it just disappeared.
That's odd.
If you're standing over there by that little red light, try and touch it. Well, you want to, you mentioned earlier that you wanted to do solo in here. You want to do that? Maybe something will come out? Yes, but let's, we can go down and grab the tripod. Yeah, oh yeah. And have one camera. Yeah.
That was Steve, I heard.
Hold up.
What?
Didn't we turn these lights off in here? I thought we did.
Yeah.
Fairly certain I turned those off. Yeah, because it was like pitch black in here whenever we were getting started. And now those flicker lights are on. Did anybody come down here for anything and turn those on? No.
That's locked.
I swear that we turned those lights off.
Well, it's just if anyone's still in there.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we had all of this turned off.
Yeah, it was.
That makes me think that someone was in here. Nobody came down here for anything, right?
No, we were all together the whole time.
I'm very confused.
I remember coming.
Oh, this is the funeral room.
Okay. Yeah. No, they couldn't come through here.
I don't get it.
Not neither.
I know for a fact we didn't have those lights on.
No, we didn't have them on.
The only time we turned them on was for that one B-roll shot that we got earlier. And then we turned them back off after that. I don't know. It's just bizarre because I remember looking past Steve and behind Steve when we started that session because I was running the SLS. And if I would have looked behind Steve and saw those lights flashing on, I would have said, hey guys, we should probably turn those lights off too. Because we always go full lights out when we start these investigations. Or when we do these investigations. And when we came back down, sure enough, that light, those flicker lights and the lanterns were turned on. That's weird.
Maybe this would be a good time for you to do a solo in here.
Yeah, I can do that. I'll stay in here by myself.
If there's stuff going on in here.
Yep.
Strike irons on.
That's right. Dave and Steve here are going to leave the building, and I am going to have the entire haunted house to myself.
Yes.
They say actually that there's a lot of activity when people are in this building alone.
Yeah, and we had that light thing happen when we weren't even down here, so who knows what'll happen when you're in here by yourself. So
yeah.
Good luck, man.
Thank you.
Too many new strange energies, maybe. So we'll see what happens.
We'll see what happens.
You want to lock us out and then...
Yep, I'll lock you out and then...
Come and get us when you're ready?
Yep.
All right, bro.
All right. I'm officially in here all by myself. I'm gonna come upstairs. It is completely dark in here, guys. I cannot see anything. X? Are you up here? I hear you like to antagonize people in here. Rush them. Scare them out of here. I'm in here all by myself now. I don't have a flashlight. I don't really have any way to get out of here if you were to try and attack me. Squeeze through here. Putting the recorder down. If there's someone in here with me, can you go right up there to that box? And make it light up? It's weird timing as soon as I set it down. Hello? Is there someone walking over this way? Is there anyone here with me? Sarah? All right now. W.H. Steen. You died of intoxication while trying to break into this building. I have this device in my hand right here with the orange light. You come up to it, you can talk, and hopefully I'll be able to hear your voice. Did you die here? Hello? That wasn't my weight. Something just tapped right here in front of me. If that's you, could you bang on something again? Like I said, I'm all by myself in here. Where's the spirit or the energy that ran at Sean? All right, now I'm going to move to the room where Sean actually had stuff thrown at him. My name's Ryan. I got permission, myself and my 2 friends got permission to be here tonight. Did they bring your body here after you died in battle? I'm gonna have to open the door and go and get Dave and Steve here in a minute. So this is your last chance to say something to me or talk to me. That was weird. I just got a really strong whiff of like honeysuckle. Or like a very floral scent. It literally hit me right in the face and now it's gone. Right as soon as I walked over here by the recorder. That was weird. It was strong. It smelled like really strong flowers. Like a honeysuckle or a... That was weird though. Who's wearing the flower, the very floral perfume? All right, so we are getting ready to head over to what Sean and the crew are turning into a funeral parlor here, and we are actually going to perform an SD spirit box session, and that means that Dave is going to be listening to the spirit box through those headphones. Yep. Steve and I will not be able to hear what's coming through. Dave's going to call out the voices as he hears them. We're going to ask the questions, but we are going to be recording the spirit box audio that's coming into Dave's headphones so that we can sync it up with the video and play it for you all to listen along with Dave as he does this session. So let's move over there and see what happens.
Let's do it. Okay, finally rolling on S-Box.
Okay. All right. So over here on the other side of the room, Dave has a box that you might be able to use to talk to us.
There you go.
There it was again.
What's your name? Barometric pressure. It went red, then the yellow, and then it went to blue. As you just saw there.
Mm-hmm.
Started at 66.2 when we first set it up.
Yeah, I got it. That's the first time that's gone off all night.
What is your name?
Who is it that stays here at this haunted house, at this building, and frequently shows themselves to people here? Bug. There was a bug. The moth is antagonizing Dave now.
Is there anyone here that would be willing to go up and just touch that device?
You didn't know that. We didn't know what? Hey something. Is this W.H. Steen we're talking to? Weird. Male voice said weird.
Who follows and scares the actors here? What's your name?
Who here follows people home and tries to scare them out of this building? I thank you. Male voice. Thank us for what? We haven't done anything.
I've been avoiding voiceovers for this entire episode, just to let you all watch the investigation play out. But this voice blew me away. And because Dave couldn't hear this response over the sweep, we didn't even know that we'd gotten this message. When I asked what this spirit was thanking us for, a man's voice came through and said, "The movie." Has this man been watching us film all day and night and knows we're releasing this, in his words, movie, for you all to watch?
I thank you. Thank us for what?
My name's Steve. That's Ryan over there to my right, and then over there on the steps is Dave. Can you say one of our names?
Thought I heard my own name. Thank you for saying one of our names. Like Steve asked you to. That's pretty cool.
Appreciate that.
Thank you for that confirmation. Help them? Possibly help them?
Temperature's at 63.8.
What was that?
I heard that.
Someone's walking upstairs. Do you hear that?
Chills, dude. I'm not moving.
Someone's walking upstairs. There he is.
Who's he? Dude, my eyes are starting to well up right now.
Yeah, there's getting energy in here. Someone's upstairs.
Palpable. So thick. The energy. Who's over there with Dave right now on the steps?
The one? Come on, can you just give us your name, please? They either said fine or Ryan or something along those lines. Boy.
Boy. Are you saying that you are a boy? That you are a male? Yes or no?
I would literally be right up above them.
Ryan is now directly above us, Dave and I. And right in the area where we heard the commotion, if you will.
What was that?
I heard that.
Someone's walking upstairs. Stopping on the S box.
Good time.
My ears are ringing.
Well, we're going to be getting ready to head out of here. If you'd like to try to reach out one more time to talk with anyone who wants to talk. Buddy Ryan's over in the other room and Dave's there in the doorway. If anyone wants to, feel free to reach out to either one of us and we'll definitely try to respond. Are any of you able to roam the entire building at will?
Say yes.
Sound like a yes. That has to be a lot of fun.
You're answering our questions so you can hear us, right? Hi. Okay. So since you can hear us, can you do this somewhere else in the house?
I vaguely heard on the speaker ever so softly.
Really?
Yeah.
Is this Sarah?
I got chills.
EDI.
EDI?
Air pressure's changing.
I've got pins and needles all over me right now. Who's here with us right now? Can you just say your first name? Or would you? Please? You're not...
Okay, can we try one more time? I know you... We know that you can hear us.
There's a response.
Whoa, what was that?
Yes, almost.
There was something right on the stairs behind Ryan there.
Oh, wow.
What'd you hear?
Sounded like creaking on those stairs.
I heard something, but I couldn't tell what it was. EDI. Right as soon as you said that, EDI went off.
I was just about to ask you, where's the EDI in comparison to the steps?
On them.
Oh, wow. Can anyone tell me who's on the steps? Over by Ryan? Philip? Did you say Philip? Yes or no?
I did.
That's what I heard. Are you a soldier?
Does anyone here know where Mr. X is? Where is Mr. X?
I got kind of quiet after I mentioned the name Sarah.
It's true.
They told us not to say your name a bunch or something would happen. Is that true, Sarah? 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 Knock on something, Sarah.
What was that?
What?
Can you please? Was that anyone's stomach?
No, wasn't mine.
That was a clear growl that I just caught over the recorder.
Knock on something, Sarah. What was that? What was that? Are you getting upset, Sarah?
Sarah, are you and Mr. X the same entity? Oh, I get chills. And are you the same entity that likes to scare the actors here? The people?
Who was it that turned on the lights down here earlier?
It's got quiet.
It has.
Sarah. Sarah.
Oh, that was creepy.
What'd it say?
Sound like went, what?
Or what is it? There might have been an is it at the end of that.
Sarah. Do people see you crawling across the ceiling in here?
Are you a mean person?
Oh, there's something there. It's like a little girl.
Sarah, do you appear in different forms?
Whoa.
Whoa, what was that?
What'd you hear?
A knocking sound?
It was inside, right?
Yeah.
What would you like for us to do? What do you want us to do right now?
What did it say?
I couldn't make that one out. It was a female voice, though.
What did you want us to do? Say it again.
You can push me down these stairs if you'd like. If that's what you want to do.
It's literally died.
It's like gone quiet.
You want to come in here, Ryan? We'll close this out.
Yeah. It's getting very close to being morning, and we have to pack up and get out of here so that they can come in and start working on the haunt again in the morning here. So, but thank you guys so much for watching. If you're new here, make sure that you hit that subscribe button down below. We bring real paranormal content, real paranormal evidence, real paranormal investigations every single week. And make sure that you hit that like button down below on this video so that more of our videos are suggested to you. Also, if you are already subscribed, go ahead and turn on those bell notifications and set them to all so that you can be notified every single time that we upload a new video.
How many times is that?
That's once a week.
Once a week.
Once a week that we upload. If you want new paranormal episodes every week, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Thank you guys so much for the amazing support. Thank you for watching this episode, and we will see you on our next adventure. Bye.
You can check out the Wells Township Haunted House on wellstownshipHauntedHouse.com. That links to all of our stuff. You can grab tickets there. General admission tickets are on site. You got the advanced tickets are there. They're a little bit more expensive, but you have less of a wait time. We're open every Friday and Saturday starting at the end of September. But if you check out our website, we also have our special events we got coming up. We've got a metal concert coming up. It's going to be a pretty big deal. Some more lights out events, but yeah, wellstownshipHauntedHouse.com. Friday weekends in October is the easiest way to say it.